Namaste. My name is Nick. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you too. This is meant to be just a quick little video to get some movement in the shoulders, upper body, a little bit into the chest and the spine as well. So if you're feeling some tension, tightness there, or you just feel like you need to move, welcome. Let's get started in a seated position. Before we start, take a moment to center yourself. Sit tall, close your eyes. I'm sitting on a block because we'll be in a seat for a little bit, but if you're comfortable sitting on the floor, that's great too. And as you close your eyes, take a few slow, deep breaths. In and out of your nose. Let there be a heaviness to your arms that creates some slack in your shoulders. And then feel your sternum move forward and a little bit up, giving you some broadness to the front of the body. Take a deep breath in and out of your nose. And then open up your eyes. Interlace your hands behind your head. Reach your elbows out and away from you. Lift your chest. Tuck your chin in. Bring the elbows towards one another, round the spine. So cat and cow, but with a little bit extra in the arms. Inhale, widen through your elbows. Push the chest forward. Head into the hands. Exhale, round in, elbows towards one another. I'm not going to go super deep here because of my mic, but you can go deeper. Inhale, open up, widen. Exhale, close off. And then open up, widen, cross your right elbow underneath your left elbow for eagle wrap in the arms. Press your arms a bit together here, reach your elbows away from the chest, and then dial your hands over to your left, drop your head over to the right. Take a few slow, easy breaths into left shoulder, trap, left side of the neck. Then undo that, unwrap the arms, take your right arm behind your back, and then turn your chin to the left and look down. With your left hand, grab just behind your skull, pull away from your right elbow. Find a little bit of pressure with your right forearm against the lower back, and then reach the elbow down, away from your head. With the help of the left hand, press your head back up through center. Undo the arms, open up to a cactus, and then go with your left elbow underneath your right this time. Find some pressure of your forearms into one another. Reach the arms away from you. Drop your arms over to the right, head over to the left. Couple of deep breaths into upper right shoulder, right side of the neck. And then come back up through center. Take your left arm behind your lower back, kind of like you're doing a bind. Press your forearm into your back a bit. Turn your chin to the right, drop the chin down. And then if you want the extra right hand behind the skull, you're not yanking down, but I'm feeling like I'm trying to pull my head up off my shoulder as my left elbow resists that by reaching down. And use your right hand to press your head back up. Undo that. Make your way into a tabletop position. And then in tabletop, circle shoulders over wrists a few times. Working into the hands just a touch. We're not going to do any super weight-bearing postures like down dogs or planks or anything. So this is the heaviest we'll be in the hands. Go the other way. Then I'll spin to face you. For this one, you're going to lower your elbows down, interlace your hands, not interlace, make fists with your hands so that the backs of the palms are on the floor. And then if you were holding onto ice cream cones, and weird thing to think about, but if you're holding onto ice cream cones, the ice cream would be facing away from you and the bottom cone towards you. Press the backs of the hands down. Keep your hands tight. Straighten out through the arms as much as you can. And then lower back down. We'll go for 5 of these. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. I lost count. Let's do 2 more. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. So that was, I know, at least 5, maybe 6, either way. Come back to tabletop. And then have your feet more towards the back of your mat. Bring your hands forward towards the front of the mat. So giant step forward. Come into extended puppy pose. So you're going to press the palms down so your forearms stay lifted. If you want more intensity here, you could come up onto your fingertips. Lift your sitting bones up. Drop the chest and forehead down. And so even though I want you to try to relax into shoulders here, keep some pressures in the hand so that the forearms stay lifted rather than collapsing the elbows down. There's nothing wrong with that. Just this will work a little bit more into what we want to hit. Then to release, however you want to come out of it, I'm going to slide my forearms back, press up to the hands. Now working a little bit more into the lats, similar but different. I'm going to take my right hand forward of my left hand with the palm facing up. So my right hand is in line with the left knee on the side of the mat. Stack the hands, interlace the fingers, push the arms away from you, sit back and tilt your torso to the right slightly. You can take your right ear, rest it on your right bicep. And then press your arms away from you, lean your hips back. Couple of deep breaths into right lat, right side body. Good, then undo that. Slide your left leg out to the left from here so the foot is in line with the right knee. Take your left hand a giant step forward and then thread the right shoulder down onto the floor. And you can stay with the left hand supporting you. You can take the left arm behind your back, a little bit of rotation here. Feel for pressing hips back so that you're a little bit less on your head and a little bit more on the outside of your shoulder. Another breath in and out. Left hand to the floor. Come back up. Slide your left leg in. Take your left hand forward of your right hand so the palm is face up. Interlace the fingers. Press forward and away from you. And then start to lean back and drop in. Again, just because of the position of my mic pack, I'm not going to go as deep here. But you can really sit far back and settle in. Another inhale and exhale. Exit out. Step your right foot out so that it is in line with your left knee this time. Reach your right arm a giant step forward so that you can thread the left arm underneath you. Lower your left shoulder and ear down to the floor. And again, right hand can stay forward or right hand can go behind your back. Press hips back so you lean a little bit more onto outside of left shoulder. And I like some pressure down through the outer left arm here. With the right hand, press down, come back up. Bring your right knee in. And then here, lower your elbows down to the floor. Interlace your hands behind your head. Stick your sitting bones up a bit. Find some arching to your lower back. And then inhale, right elbow up towards the sky. Exhale, lower right elbow down. Inhale, left elbow up towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Again, right elbow up. Lower down. Left elbow up, lower down. Last one, right elbow, lower, left elbow, lower. Lower your hands down, slide your hips back. Come into a Sphinx pose, lift the chest. Press your hips into the floor. Find a little bit of grounding through your hands too. So you can make this active. If you want it to be a little more passive and kind of cozy, you can be heavy here, relax your neck. Or if you want a little bit more activity, with your hands, pull the mat back. And then imagine trying to breathe into the lower back, even though we're creating a little bit of compression there. Okay, now keeping your arm at this 90-degree angle, slide your so I'm going to slide my right arm out. I'm going to show you on my left side first. The left elbow out to the side so the elbow is slightly higher than your shoulder. And then roll over onto your right side, reaching left foot to the floor behind you. This is a little bit tough. You can straighten your right arm out. Couple breaths here. I'm using my left hand for leverage. I'm pushing into the floor to roll my chest a little bit more open, which creates more pressure on the front of the right shoulder towards the right pec and chest. One more breath here. Lower down onto your stomach. Take your left arm out now. Roll onto your left side. Feel free to use the right hand to create a little bit of extra pressure. And then release back through the middle. Here, slide your left knee out to the left. Thread your right arm underneath you. And then take your left arm, reach it back behind you, coming into a twist. If you want with the right hand, you can pull the left knee down. Reach your hands a bit away from one another. Draw shoulder blades down the back. And then use exhales to help you relax your left ribs towards the floor behind you. Come back through center. Change sides. Slide your right knee out to the right. Thread your left arm underneath and then roll onto your back. Right arm reaches away from you. Hands away from center. Shoulder blades down toward your hips. And from here you can come to lay down on your back. And you might actually want to set up for this last one. So what we're going to do is like a Gomukhasana arm. If you're familiar with the position, it's left arm underneath, right arm on top, hands behind the back like this. I'll show you. So to modify it, you're just going to do the top arm like so. Otherwise, you can do the full variation, but laying on the back. So to set it up first, if you know you're a little bit tighter in that bottom arm, you can skip it and then just go use your left hand to bring your right elbow behind your head. Right hand down the middle of the back. And then lay your head onto your right forearm. And then I'm going to keep my head and shoulders down, lift my hips up, slide my left arm up towards my right hand. And I'm not concerned with grabbing on here. I'm just going into the position. You could even just take the left arm straight across the back. You can see my left hand is actually out here. Lay down. I have my knees bent. You can straighten your legs, or even Baddha Konasana if you want to add in a little bit of hips here. Inner thighs specifically, groin. Focus on your torso being heavy on the arms to facilitate the stretch. And then push your feet down, lift the hips up, slide the left arm out, slide the right arm out, take a breath in neutral. And the left arm is going to go behind the head first. I'm actually not going to put my left arm behind my head because it's interrupting the mic. You probably hear that. I hope you don't, but you probably do. I'm going to take my right arm underneath, slide it up the back. And then again, hips can just go down onto the floor. You can take Baddha Konasana in your legs. Heaviness in your upper body to allow stretch through shoulders. And undo that. Take the arms out, stretch the body out, and then just 30 seconds, lay relaxed in a Shavasana or corpse pose. Feel the backs of your arms, hands, and shoulders all get heavy. Feel your neck relax. So that's going to do it again. This was just meant to be a quick little fixer-upper for the shoulders. Hopefully move some energy around, shift some tension, give you a little bit more space there. Thank you for tuning in today. You can stay and rest a little bit longer. Otherwise, our time is up. Appreciate you stopping in. Namaste.